What's this? You've just stumbled across the greatest top 5 tips and tricks video of all time. And it's all thanks to me. And if you clicked on this video, you're looking for the most prime tips and tricks of all time, and believe me folks, that's exactly what you're gonna get. Because here on the World Class Jerk channel, we believe in work ethic, we believe in honor, we believe in structure. And so that's why you better prepare yourself for the greatest tips and tricks of all time. That is exactly why you're here, that is exactly what we have prepared for you, and by we, I really do mean me. But that's not the point. Coming up at number 5 is going to be getting the wide and boost mod early in the game as possible. And the reason for that is going to be this son of a gun over here, the soil centrifuge. This thing is extremely crucial to your gameplay because the cheaper items such as compound and even the more expensive items such as ammonium are extremely important to the development of the game, and the easiest way to get them is soil. Of course, at first, when there's compound right beside your base, the best way to get compound is right there. Same with organic, especially organic. But as things get further and further away, the soil centrifuge becomes a staple of the game, and being able to get soil fast is extremely important. And just to express the importance of this thing, I've decided to provide you 2 clips on the screen right now. You will be seeing on the left, without the wide and boost mod, filling up 2 canisters in my backpack. And on the right, we have the boost and wide mod. None of these are altered. These 2 videos are at normal speed, and you can see that the wide and boost mod completely and totally leave the normal drill in the dust, making it not only better, but profusely better. And that's what we like here on the World Class Jerk channel. We like things that are so broken and overpowered that maybe they should be removed, but they aren't, and so we're going to use them. But this brings us to tip number 4, and that's going to be to skip medium items. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, as you can see behind me, I have a large shuttle, and I have a small shuttle, which I'm obviously done with. That's why I put it back in its box. But there is no medium shuttle. And I should convey to you that I don't know what a medium And I should convey to you that I don't know what a medium shuttle even looks like, even though I have almost 450 hours in the game. Now, why is that? Well, it's because it's just not worth your time. Going from the small shuttle to the large shuttle is so easy for what you're getting that there's no point in there even being a medium one. Same goes with the rovers. I don't even craft a small rover. I don't craft the medium one, rather. I just go straight for the large rover. This is the first vehicle I've had in this save, and it's pretty much the only vehicle I ever crafted in this game ever, and that's because it's extremely easy for what you're getting. Now, it's not easy. It's not easier than the medium, and it's not easier than the smaller things, but it is the best option for what you're putting in. It's the greatest bang for your buck, as they say. Anyways, here comes tip number 3, and this is sort of a big one. We're getting into the good stuff now, and of course, if there's anything we like here on the World Class Jerk channel, it is the good old saying, with great power comes great responsibility. And the medium generator puts out great power. You will be a highly responsible Astroneer player for using this thing, and the reason I would put this tip at number 3, even though I said not to use medium things, but the medium generator is different, because the reason you're not supposed to use medium things is because you don't want to waste your time crafting and unlocking things that are not worth your time in the end. But the medium generator is different because if you go into your starter cave, there will be medium generators. And the reason that they're so important is because it takes the same thing as a small generator, except all you gotta do is smelt it, and then it puts out 9 units of power in return. If you got a platform like this and you fill it up with carbon, it's gonna last you a while and give you all the power you should need, all the way up until the RTG. And that's exactly my point. All you have to do is get a medium generator, and then go for an RTG in the long run, and that's the only 2 power things you need in this game, as I actually represented in one of my previous videos about power. The RTG is objectively the best power in the game, and the medium generator is the easiest way to get there. So really, the medium generator and the RTG are all you have to bother yourself with in this game ever, and so that makes the medium generator a very important part of your beginning game if you want to get things done as fast as possible. Coming in at number 2, and it's really getting good now, is auto scrappers, or just scrapping in general, of course. Now, if your auto scrapping system involves turning soil into scrap, that's even more ideal, because if you didn't know, one soil canister full of soil is the equivalent of 1 scrap, and since scrap offers more things through the trade platform than soil, you're effectively making your soil better, and I must warn you, okay, in some cases your soil will be made worse. For example, if you wanted to get, where's it at? Compound in the trade platform, you're getting completely ripped off if you turn your soil into scrap. Scrap for the compound it gives you is absolutely garbage. It's twice as expensive in the trade platform. But on the contrary, things such as, where is it? Graphite and ammonium are twice as cheap in the trade platform. And furthermore, the greatest point of all is that there are things you can get here that the soil centrifuge does not offer, such as laterite, malachite, wolframite. These things are not offered by the soil centrifuge, and that's extremely annoying because the value, as shown here, is it's possible by how much the soil is valued. But, and this is one of the better points as well, the trade platform allows you to put, say, for example, 8 scrap on it. So if we wanted a bunch of something, then we could put the equivalent of 8 soil canisters on our trade platform and get that all in one trip, whereas the soil centrifuge only allows 2 soil canisters worth of stuff in it at each time, which makes the trade platform overall better, but of course, in very specific cases, such as compound, it is worse, and that's why you always want to have a separate soil centrifuge, just for compound, for example, as I have shown right here from earlier in the video. Never use your trade platform for compound, or you're ripping yourself off in a very big way. Coming in at number 1 here, the most important tip in Astroneer, in my opinion, by far, is to always gather in bulk. Now, okay, maybe not always, but very most of the time, gather in bulk. Really, the only time it actually matters to gather in bulk, if we're being honest, if it's more expensive items or just slightly expensive items, maybe even medium tier items like aluminum, I'd probably gather that in bulk every time. But anyways, just to represent that I don't mean to put any limits on this, I think you should gather absolutely everything in bulk. I have nanocarbon alloy here, a very expensive resource, just to show that even very expensive resources should always be gathered in bulk if at all possible. I have an entire medium resource canister full of nanocarbon alloy, which also kind of brings me to my next point. How to gather in bulk would be to fill a medium resource canister full of every item you need to craft the item you're trying to get a medium resource canister full of, and then by the nature of it, you will get a medium resource canister full of that item in the end. And since that was worded weird, let me give you an example, okay? Let's say you want 32 rubber. Well, the ingredients to rubber are organic and resin, so you would want 32 organic and 32 resin. So if you filled up a medium resource canister full of organic, and then you filled one up with resin, then you could fill up one with rubber in the end. And as you can see here, this wave playing really pays off because this nanocarbon alloy, and yes, I'm late game, which makes it a little bit easier, but nonetheless, it still only took me a couple of hours to get this much, as opposed to the fact that it would probably take me 30 minutes to an hour to get just one. So gathering in bulk, it ultimately saves time. Yes, you're tagging on quite a bit of time by gathering a bunch, but you're tagging on way less time per unit than if you was just to gather a very few amount. The more you gather, the better. Always gather as much as you can. It's very important. And on the subject of me having 32 nanocarbon alloy, I really don't know what I'm going to use this for, so if you have any suggestions for that, leave it in the comment section down below. I would definitely try to get around to making a video on that if I see your comment. And yeah. Anyways, guys, that's going to have to do it for this one. Be sure to check out my other videos. Be sure to leave likes, comments, and suggestions, and I will try to get around to them. Definitely feel free to leave suggestions. That's a big one for me because I haven't really gotten any suggestions yet. So if you leave one, if you're the first person to leave a suggestion, there's practically a 100% chance that I'm actually going to follow it. So if there's something you would like to see me do in Astroneer, if there's something you would like to know how to do in Astroneer, if you want me to make a Let's Play series, anything, literally anything Astroneer related or possibly even Minecraft, shoot for anything and I'll just try for it. It's definitely an open mind sort of thing right now. Because, like I said, haven't gotten any suggestions yet, so I'm definitely trying to see what this channel is going to be all about. That being said, definitely hope you enjoyed this one, and I most certainly look forward to seeing suggestions and making another one, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully. That's assuming you stick around. I mean, who wouldn't subscribe to me? You're the best.